Well, we're back again, folks.
Welcome back.
As always, it's your man Paul
And John, right here.
fresh, fresh back from Nevada.
Fresh back from Nevada, baby. In the sick new world.
How'd that go?
It's great. It's
Did you have a
amazing.
good time?
Had a great time. Great festival, great time. Everything was great. I won money. The wife lost money.
Yeah. Oh, you
know
went
what I mean?
gambling?
Yeah, and then I won. And then she lost everything
Yeah.
I
How
won.
much? How much you pocket?
I don't know, because she lost everything I won. Because every time I'd win, I'd give it back to her to let her go and lose it. And then I'd go win again, and then I'd just hand it over to her and let her go lose it again.
She failed, right? It's like, hey, I won it. Now you need to win.
Right.
And then we just keep this train. We keep switching
Yeah,
off.
didn't.
And then we,
Yeah.
roll into retirement. What were you playing?
Mostly slots. Sticking with slots, but
You didn't dabble in no card games?
no. But I play them a certain way, right? My old man, of course, gambling junkie, taught me how to do this, right? And I kept trying to explain it to her, and then she would slip back into her old ways. And I'm like, there's a way to do this that you can guarantee some momentum, and then you move on, and then you keep doing that, and you build,
Right.
And then she's like, yeah, I don't. And so she's just doing like, first button, lowest everything, and then it's like one chance, and then nothing, one chance, and then I'm like, no. Try this way. She's like, yeah, but and I was like, just try it. And then it worked. And so a couple times she would start, and I was like, look, and she's like, oh my God. I was like, look, I'll just stand next to you, and you do the thing.
Right. Well, you gotta
And
have
then
a plan. Like, it's like, hey, I'm gonna take $100 in. I'm not
Right.
gonna be too penny pincher. I'm not gonna be playing like the nickel. You know what I mean? I'm gonna bump it up to maybe a quarter,
Yeah,
50 cents.
And then you gotta know how to do
it
it.
improves your odds
Right.
of
But
winning
also
winning a
knowing,
little money.
because they all have all the different options for how to gamble it, right? And
Right.
how you're gonna wage it. It's like most lines, how many credits per line,
Right.
And I'm like, look, start here and then move up, but don't ever start at the bottom where it's one credit, one line, one chance.
Right.
She's like, yeah, I want to make the money last. I was like, that's how you stay not winning. Let me show you this method that my old man taught me.
She was like my mom. My mom
Right.
just wanted to go. She just wanted to do it.
Right, yeah,
She
yeah.
wasn't in it. She didn't have that male competitive, like degenerate gambler.
Yeah.
gene
And it's
that-
in me, and I hide it.
Right.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
It's
But,
you repressed. You know what I mean?
Right. But that was great. The hotel was great. The food was great. Everywhere we ate was great. I had
So when
the festival was amazing.
those pictures you sent me were those
Those were at the festival.
were those John Deshawn originals?
Some of them, and some no. Some were from because we're in a group for the festival itself,
Oh,
and so
yeah.
everybody posts their pictures. So yeah, there was a handful that were, and then a handful that were people because we're all in the same areas taking the pictures,
Right.
right? So everybody's just snapping pictures away, right?
It's like, hey,
And-
check this out.
Yep. Yeah. So it's a fun time, but I'm in this. Everybody is all 80,000 people are in this Facebook group, and so everybody takes their pictures, posts them, and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And it's great because you start to see the same people, right? Even though it's 80,000, everybody's taking a picture of the same stuff.
Yeah, but
It's like-
but this is something y'all do every year, right?
Yeah. So our third time, and then
Same concert or just
It's the lineup's
What-
different every time. It's
whatever
50 bands.
whatever's in Vegas.
No, it's 50 bands, and they're all in the same genre.
Oh, okay.
Okay, they're all versions of new metal, electronic, industrial stuff from like 99 to 2009.
Oh, okay.
And then they add like 20 new bands. So there'll be like 30 old bands that are like
that everybody knows.
everybody knows. Filter, System of a Down, Deftones, Incubus, Korn,
Oh, damn.
Evanescence.
That was the lineup?
This time the lineup was Korn, System of a Down. I just took a picture of all the lineups earlier. So this one, System of a Down, Korn, Danny Elfman, the composer, which he was awesome. Evanescence.
I just love like he was third. Like you had these giant kind of
Dude.
alt metal.
But he's the head, like he's one of the headliners because he's playing. Everybody knows every song,
yeah.
right? Everybody knows. Oh, are you all right? Do you need me to find you a napkin?
Well,
You
no.
want to pause it?
No, man. I guess the lid came off. But it's all right. We can keep rolling. It didn't get on any equipment.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
then, like Marilyn Manson was at this one, AFI, Cypress Hill was there, and then a bunch of bands that I like, right? Like Lords of Acid, Kitty, Twin Tribes, all these other
So
bands.
did you go and see Cypress Hill?
We missed Cypress Hill. Them and POD played, but we missed them because they came.
Are those like day one, or are they like?
It's only one day. It's a one-day festival. They put all 52 bands in one day, and they stagger them in like minutes, right?
Oh damn!
So like that's how the stages work. You can glance at that, but like
Oh shit!
everybody plays in one day, 4 stages, and everybody's 20 minutes
So
apart.
I mean, it's kind of impossible to catch everything.
Yeah, you can't catch
So
everything.
you
You
just
have
got
to
to figure
pick.
out who you really want to see the most.
Yeah, and we spend the most time at this stage every year, right? This is our 3rd year. The stage tends to be the one we spend the most time at. Like, you know, same thing with last year. We were there at that stage the whole time catching bands we like. But like last year was Slipknot, Danny Elfman, Alice in Chains, Perfect Circle, System of a Down, because they always headline it. And then the first year was like Flyleaf, POD, System of a Down, Korn, Incubus, Evanescence, Chevelle, Filter, shit
So
like that.
you're kind of like in the middle tier, right?
Well, like
if I understand your
we don't
your
go.
picture correct, like the green are like the big ones, the most known.
There's like the most known, right, which gets too crowded, and then also it's bands you've seen, like well, at least bands that we've seen a bunch of times. So there's no urge, right?
Right.
But then we don't go to this far right because it's all pure death metal, right? And we're not that fucking dark and evil, so we're like, we'll stay. Here's the 2 stages we spend most of the time at.
Right. You got a little shadow on you, but you're not.
Right? Yeah. It's like
full
I'm not
dark.
going over there. The crowds are insane, but they're manageable. Everybody's cool. And we have a great time every year. And the next one's in October and in Texas for the first time. So,
Oh damn, we're in Texas.
Fort Worth.
Oh dang, that's not far.
So we'll be there. And then that one, Slayer's headlining, which I don't care because I don't like Slayer. I know it's a horrible thing to say.
No, I mean,
But
yeah,
I don't like 'em.
Hey, look, I don't have no dog in that fight.
Yeah,
you
I
know
just
what I mean?
don't. I'm not the guy. Everybody's like, you don't like metal? It's like, I don't like speed metal. And I saw him once,
Uh-huh.
right? And it was, some people were like, well, maybe you saw him in past their heyday. It's like, well, now we're really past their heyday.
Right.
If I saw him 10 years ago when it was past their heyday, guess what?
Right.
We're way past it now. And
Yeah.
so I saw him in like 2012. And it was 4 old guys standing, trying to play faster than everybody else to show you how fast everybody could play. And that's it. That's all it was. There was no show. There was no, like,
We talked about that before. Like, hey man, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And like Manson's putting on a show. Evanescence putting on a show. Everybody's right. But Slayer, when we saw him, it's like, hey, dude, this is just 4 dudes being like, look how good I am. It's like,
I've been obsessed with this.
okay.
I keep getting these clips, and it's like this like 21-year-old girl, and she's like in giant Carhartt shirts, and she looks like she's been like living under a house,
Okay.
and she's doing like this kind of. I mean, you have to experience it for yourself. Her name is like I think it's Isabella or Sophia Isola or something like that.
I know her. She's the one who sings like hates men.
Yeah,
And she looks homeless.
she was
but
like,
she's cute.
I was just looking for a dick and some depth. My
Right.
bad. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, look. I'm not saying it's
Dude.
my jam,
No, but Instagram or TikTok and Instagram force her on me.
but
Yeah.
you know, I go down a rabbit hole every time.
Everything below the neck. That chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look, man.
She's talented, clearly.
It's not garbage.
It's not.
I think that we make that point a lot. It's
Right.
like
It
it's
is
not
not
garbage, but
She's very talented. She
it's
just
just
really
not-
hates dudes.
yeah.
Clearly. Yeah, she's
Well,
talented.
You know, that could just be a lane now. It's
I
like,
mean, did she
hey,
come straight out the dumpster though? Right, the hair's greasy, her face is dirty.
And then
The sweater looks like it smells.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's always in. She looks like she, literally scrounged around inside one of those clothes when you.
Yeah, when you leave it on the side of the road.
Yeah, right, like the one down there by 7-Eleven. Like
Yes.
she's just digging in the bag, and she's like, "It's a shirt. I know it's a
I'm-
4X." You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's got like yes.
I think I'm gonna go through all my shirts at home and send them to her
Yeah.
and be like, "Hey,
I know.
I feel like this is something,
Yeah. Yeah, she's got some old dude's pants
if
on.
you see a TikTok of her showing up in like a giant fucking Captain America shirt,
Right.
You know what I mean? That came from me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just something like it caught me, and like I
Yep.
said, it's not garbage.
It's not garbage.
is just not my thing.
Right.
But I can't look away.
No, I've watched like hundreds of them, and every
And-
time I
and
want to
especially
criticize her.
And every clip is the one where in that one song where she unbuckles her pants
Right,
and like
yeah.
shows her underwear.
Yeah, and she says, "I'm not trying to seduce you," as she gets naked. I've had a
Right.
problem with this for like 2 years now. I'm not trying to seduce you, and then she unbuttons her pants and drops them, and I'm
I
like,
was like, that's pretty seducing
I
for me,
think-
sister.
and she stops, and the whole audience cheers, and I'm all, "Hey, I don't know if you know what hypocrisy is
Right. Well,
or irony, but they're both happening right now."
brother, she is 21 years old
Yeah,
and like obviously avant-garde,
obviously,
right?
yeah.
So maybe that hypocrisy is the art. It's
Maybe.
like she's singing the song about how she's not trying to seduce you, but check out my fucking
But I'm also dropping trial
my Under Armour fucking men's underwear that
Every
I'm wearing,
time, dude, every
that
time.
I'm wearing under her clothes. And
every time. It's,
I was like, and she needs a belt because she's wearing a pair of fucking jink.
that are the
You know,
size
the
of-
thing is that she's wearing regular fat man pants, but they look like Jinkos.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
And she's got to have a fucking belt on.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
She's got, and it takes her like a few minutes to get the belt off. She's fidgeting with it.
Yeah,
While I'm all like, "What's happening here?"
I was like, somebody's tailoring that. You know what I mean?
It's a weird. She's a weird setup. Yeah,
But again,
but
I find her fascinating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not just like being a fan of her music. It's just like,
Right.
what the fuck
Yeah,
is
yeah,
going on here?
it's a weird situation. Yeah, it was good, man. We had a great time though. Saw great stuff. Saw some great bands. Manson was great. It was
Oh, yeah?
really, really great. Yeah, he's all healthy and sober now. So he got in shape, he's sober. He's moving around on the stage, running
Yeah,
around.
we
He's
got
a lot of energy.
a jacked Marilyn Manson.
He's not jacked. He's just not. He was
Normal?
all like freakish and like alcoholic, addict face.
It looks like he's finally eating,
And now it's like he looks healthy.
eating, doing Pilates.
Yeah.
But he's not. He's
He's
not
not
like
jacked.
He's,
He's
not
just-
doing heavy weights. He's
No,
just
no.
more like yoga and shit.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, man.
I can dig it.
And I was like, way to go, dude. And
I mean, we talked about this before. Like the medium is touring now.
right.
You know what I mean? If you really, that's where you make the money.
Right.
You can't make money off of album sales anymore.
No. I don't know if I sent that one or if you saw that one, but the crowd's that's just one stage's crowd.
Man, that gives me so much anxiety to see all those people in one place.
80,000.
Fuck.
And when you see it from the top, it's really crazy.
that, bro.
When you see it from the top, they pan and it's like, this
80.
is one
That was
stage.
80,000 people.
I mean, that's about 50,000 because the other 30,000 are on the other stage
Fuck.
watching that band. Yeah.
No, I'm fucking. I'm starting to sweat now.
I know.
Yeah, I wasn't even fucking there, dude.
Yeah. It gets, you know what's crazy? The thing that does happen, I would call it quicksand because you don't know how deep you are. So what'll happen is like the band start and you're like, oh, hey, let's go check out Korn. And so we got to go run up and you're not close. You're already, 10,000 people back,
And you gotta wait.
but you're standing there and you're like, they're playing. And then you look behind you and you're like, oh, cool. There's a couple of people behind you. And then like 5 minutes later, you're like, oh shit, we're not getting out of here.
Everybody's.
And so you start
You
trying to
didn't-
make your way to the back.
You
and you're
didn't try
like,
to get out while the getting was good.
No, and we left one scene at the wrong time because we basically had to trek. We thought we were like at the back
Right.
because when we got there, we were the back.
Right.
We didn't realize the back had grown exponentially to where it was like, hey, there's 2 acres of people you got to get through now. And it's like, oh, and
No.
Nicole's like, hey, you got to get me out of here. She's like, I'm overwhelmed.
Come with me if you want to live.
So like, there we go, trying to fucking fight our way through a bunch of freaked out metalheads. And it's like, well,
Hey, why are these assholes leaving, man?
Yeah,
This
dude.
show fucking rocks.
yeah,
I
the
was like,
pits were crazy.
yeah, no.
I think I can't remember if I sent you the hilarious pit, but the hilarious pit was like during Knocked Loose, and it was like, oh, okay, you guys are just doing it that way. That's one way to do it.
It's like a full-on fucking gladiator arena.
Oh, dude, it legit. They gladiator arena'd that one.
Oh no.
They open it up and then they just
If I was like involved with the show,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was at like a perch, and I was overlooking, that should be pretty fucking cool.
Oh, yeah.
But being on the fucking ground level,
yeah, ground zero's a bit.
fuck all of that, dude.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No, it's
I'm
crazy.
out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is, aside from that, right? Everybody's cool. The food was delicious, right?
Right.
Like they had these Dubai strawberries at one point that Nicole got, and then like I got these stuffed raviolis that were like, because it's all gourmet food options. They don't do they don't do festival food like hot dogs and nachos, right?
Right.
It's all it's like a ton of Vegas's best restaurants, all having a booth.
Oh shit.
So you get like really, like I got a smash burger at one point that was like this crazy double patty, How
Angus. Good was that?
It was phenomenal.
I love a
right?
smash burger.
And I'd waited for like a very long time to get. I kept holding off on getting a burger, and then we got there and I saw that one.
Have you made your own out on your thingamajig?
No, not yet,
bro.
That'll be fun.
I'm telling you, I still have one in a box. It's like 3 years old, dude. Brand new Blackstone.
Yeah, you got to get it.
I got it for Christmas, like in 22.
We love that thing.
Yeah, I got to get it. I got to put it together.
Food was good, everything was great, man. It was one of those good trips.
Did you have a nice hotel?
We did Circus because it's directly across from the festival.
Oh, shit.
So every other year we've stayed at some other hotel, right? Like one year we stayed, I think, at like Harrah's and the Link, doing like fancy hotel stuff over on the Strip at the main part of it.
Right.
And then we did this place called the Aaron last year or the year before, and it's a really nice hotel resort that doesn't do a casino. So they just do hotel. So it's all, dude.
I think that for me, if I'm going to Vegas, that's the move. I'm not going to stay in the same. I mean, I guess if I was going to gamble, right?
If you're going to gamble, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because then you get all your credits and stuff. They'll give you a little card. You can earn.
Maybe I get a fucking upgrade.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That part I understand. But if that wasn't a goal,
right?
Like you were going for the concert, and strategically it was a nice place to be, I imagine.
Yeah, and that's it. The other place was on the corner on the opposite side of the festival, and we stayed there because of that. But we got there and it was like a ridiculously nice room, a ridiculously nice hotel, and then it had these amazing restaurants, right? So I was like, well, this place is dope. And then this year we found a really good deal at Circus, and the way they laid out the festival, the entrance is across the street.
Oh shit.
So literally we come out of our hotel, walk across the street.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, we have to make that's where we got to stay. So we did.
Yeah.
And it made it so easy because you know what else we were able to do?
What's that?
Is middle of the day when it's too hot and we're tired.
Fucking out, fuck off.
Hey, yeah, and we're looking at the lineup and it's like, hey, I don't want to see
nothing,
right? Like
nothing sparking joy.
Yeah, honestly, when you look through the list and you're like, I don't want to see any of this.
Nothing on there unless it was like one band that nobody knew about or was like specific to you.
And we were almost we were right on the cusp because there's a band called Carpenter Brute that I love. And notobody really knows them. I mean, now they're like the highlight of the show. Everybody's talking about them. Like, what the hell was that? I knew. Right.
John was there first.
I was like, because it's a keyboard-based instrumental band. And everybody was like, what is this band doing in the middle of a metal festival? And it's like, well, it's not. They're on the stage of weird stuff, and they're awesome. And they were awesome.
They were on the OTM stage, which is other than metal.
And they were after a bunch of popular bands. So we dipped. We were like, hey, here's stuff we don't care to see, right?
Right.
And it was like smack dab in that little window. So we're like, let's go.
Well, the brilliance of that is that you could make that decision. You know what I mean? You'd be like, yes.
No.
For this hour and a half, we could just go take a nap.
And that's what we freshened up.
Maybe get a fucking
clothes.
hamburger sent up to the fucking room, Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a band called Acid Bath, Mastodon, Corrosion of Conformity, which was one of those metal bands when we were in high school. And I was like, hey, so here's a...
I remember the first two I didn't know. Mastodon, I remember it was floating around.
Yeah, and it was just like, here's a real solid hour and a half window. And had we stayed somewhere else, we wouldn't have been able to do it.
No, you'd have to get a cab or ride share or whatever.
Hour to get somewhere, 20 minutes Yeah, it would have been a whole thing.
Trying to lead the fucking festival with 100,000 fucking people between Vegas and the fucking
Right. Yes.
the festival.
Oh, and there was a convention. There was a nerd convention. It was like
Oh,
called
yeah.
Level Up, and so we kept. Here's the crazy thing.
Was that like video game?
It was all dorks, right? So like on one side, it's all us, like all the weirdos of the world, right? Everybody's in black with weird hairdos, and then on the other side, it's all cosplay kids, right?
Yeah.
So there's like a dude dressed like a soldier, right? And there's like a Captain America kid. There was this kid walking down the street. Dude's got a helmet on. He had this thing, and I was like, hey,
Yo, that's commitment to be in Nevada
I hope this kid's a cosplayer because
with a
otherwise
fucking helmet on, bro.
he's crazy, right? And then
Yeah.
it was like, no, it turns out there was an anime cosplay gamer convention a block away. So it was like over here, all the nerds of the world were doing their gamer
yeah.
comic book cosplay anime thing. Over here,
Oh Johnny,
all the,
Johnny John,
all the
and
weirdos, right?
Nikki were just trying to get the imagine the goth and the fucking nerds.
It was and a lot of
Battle Royale.
a lot of overlay too, right? Because like those goth chicks and anime chicks are real. Those e-gamer girls, it's like a lot of intersectable.
It's where the Venn diagram starts to
Yeah,
intersect.
that's the one. You know what I mean? There's just this little bubble of like Ren Fair, goth kids, anime.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. It was but we did the right thing because we were able to hop out, chill out, go cool off, shower,
Right.
get some new clothes on, jump back in.
And it wasn't.
And the weather was great the whole time. It never got too miserable because we were there now.
Oh yeah, well, sounds like you had a fucking stand-up time, dude.
And then I caught Daredevil this morning.
Yeah. You
Both new episodes, yeah.
Yeah. They gave us our girl.
Gave us our girl. It was more of a tease though, right? Like
Yeah.
she just popped in to be like, "Hey, I've got a kid now." Hung out on the
And
roof.
can I just if I may,
Why didn't she fight with him? I wanted to fight with him.
may I take a little bit to say, man, Kristen Ritter,
She's the best.
she hits
All-
everything.
All of them.
All of my check boxes. Right?
Yeah, there's no box that's unchecked.
porcelain skin,
There.
dark hair,
There.
attitude,
There.
foxy.
Right.
And look, and I'm not saying like we're not talking like Anna Taylor-Joy.
No, it's a different.
It's a foxy.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. She's just foxy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's got the leather jacket, the blue jeans, the boots.
And she's got moxie.
yeah,
You know
that's
what I
what
mean?
I'm saying.
Foxy moxie.
That's all I want. It's like,
Right.
hey, look, I don't want.
And there's no high maintenance, even though she's hot.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, look, she puts on some fucking eyeliner, white T-shirt, blue jeans, boots, leather jacket.
Hey, let's go. I'm
She's
ready.
like, let's go get some Thai food. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, okay.
all right.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't have to make a reservation.
Right.
Right. And then end up eating some small portions of shit I don't want.
Right. And that's all I'm looking for.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She's great.
It's like, I don't, you ain't got to be like a supermodel.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, man,
Yeah.
she just, like, if I could find my own Jessica Jones
Yeah. No. I feel
without, like, the alcoholism and super strength.
you.
I mean,
or
super
with.
strength. I mean, the super strength. Hey, look, man, you need
Yeah.
some shit moved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So were we supposed to just know who Matt Lillard was? Were we all just supposed to understand his role in the show? Because she certainly acted like it. She's like, I've got that friend. And he's like, oh, yeah, how's that going?
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know. I guess I'll call him. And I'm like, hey, stop acting like we know who this guy is.
Well, we knew he was shady, but we
Sure.
didn't know. We knew he was CIA and shady. And we knew that he had some kind of, understanding with Fisk
Right.
of why he was, having the Freeport.
some
he
sort of
was-
connection to Elaine, right? Or whatever her name is.
Oh yeah, the
Valentina Du Fontaine.
yeah, the Silver Streak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, and then you're like, oh, so are they inferring that that's where Luke is? I mean, at least
Yeah.
in this episode,
Right.
like,
I mean, yeah, he said he's like,
beside like the new Avengers,
he's
is she
overseas.
Well, it's kind of like it's kind of reminiscent of like the Contras and the Sandinistas, like in the 80s.
Right. Yeah.
When what the fuck was his name?
Oliver North.
Oliver North was caught selling guns.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So is he an Oliver North type?
Well, that's what I think he's just a facilitator. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Did you ever watch Snowfall?
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
on FX.
Uh-huh.
it was kind of like that dude there.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was kind of like, hey, he's with the CIA. He's
Right.
kind of like gray area, like he's not really official,
Yeah.
but he's got resources.
What was Tom Cruise's American Made? Remember the plane guy? There was
Oh,
a
yeah.
documentary was really good, but then he was in the
for
movie.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know those characters exist in real life to a degree.
Yeah.
You know, there was some fucking honky in khakis and a polo down in fucking Venezuela or wherever the fuck it was, Nicaragua.
Uh-huh.
All those places where there was just some white dude that nobody fucked with,
Right.
and he was
Yeah.
down there. You know what I mean? He
Yeah,
was
'cause I'm watching
moving-
that.
He was a go-between between the factions. You know, they were trying to keep the fucking communists out of the fucking South America.
Yeah, I'm watching that.
Even though that's some fucking Gen X history.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I
is.
mean?
Hell
you,
yeah.
you got.
But I'm watching that Pablo Escobar TV show on Hulu or Disney, and it's just that. There's always some meeting with like a dude who's like just like a white golfer from America,
right.
but it's like this guy is also he's like the people I represent.
Yeah.
And it's like
The government. You know what I mean?
and he's there in khakis, a button like he's got the polo,
Yeah.
but it's made out of that golf material, right? And it's tucked in, and he's got a hat on, and he's like, "Hey," and then Pablo Escobar is standing next to
Yeah.
him, shaking his hand, and he's like,
They fly in on a plane. You know what I mean?
and he
like,
smiles a lot. And
it's
the
like, how
guy's
come
"Don't
that plane
fuck with
doesn't
me."
have a fucking? How come it don't have a fucking tail number? You know
No.
what I mean? Because like,
Nope.
we don't want you to know who the fuck we are.
And then Pablo's like, "Don't threaten me. I have all the guns." He's like, "We have all the guns."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh," and you realize they're like, "Oh, this is it." Yeah. So I'm guessing he's that kind of shady character who's brokering a deal, some
Right.
sort, but like helping the good and the bad, but for a greater cause, possibly good, possibly bad. Like we don't.
Well,
really
you see
know.
that a lot in those shows where their true intentions is trying to like maintain peace,
Yeah.
right? And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, it will look again. I didn't expect this to turn into a history lesson,
Right.
but when when the rebels in like Nicaragua and South America were kind of like trying to keep fucking communism and socialism, and they just didn't have the funds, right? And we couldn't officially go in there and just occupy another fucking country. So the next best
No,
thing,
we do that now. We
right?
couldn't
It's
do
like,
it
hey,
then.
we can't ask for money and we can't do it ourselves. So what
Right.
we'll do is we'll send some fucking guy that, is fresh out of fucking Princeton.
Yeah.
We'll send him down there. We'll put some money in some offshore accounts. He starts buying fucking weapons, and then it's like, well, man, we need a source of revenue. And they're like, hey, let's fucking
Right.
help, Colombia fucking smuggle cocaine into the
Yeah, yeah.
U.S.
Dude, well, like that documentary, the cocaine cowboy guy.
Oh yeah.
When they were talking to him and he was talking about getting guns and stuff, and they were like, "Hey, do you want a sub?" And he's like a submachine gun. They're like, "No, we mean like, do you want a submarine?" And he's all, "No, I'm good." It's like, wait, that's an option?
Look, it was the same thing. A lot of the, it's kind of like when Russia, the USSR collapsed, right? And you could go to Russia in like 91,
Yeah.
92. I think it was at the fall of the Berlin Wall
Yeah,
was
yeah.
what, like 91,
Something in there.
right? And so once communism collapsed and everything was broken up, you started to see all these countries form their own, places. But you could buy guns by the
I was gonna say, do you remember
pound
when you could just get a Russian SKS anywhere,
anywhere?
and they were like $100? Like they
You
weren't
could-
$400.
You could buy them
They
by
weren't
the
$800.
You could buy them by the case.
They were everywhere.
We
dude.
bought a case from the fucking gun store in Giddings.
Right.
You know what
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean?
Dude, when I got in the pawn industry,
Still
it was
wrapped
in the
in
90s.
paper. Still had Cosmoline in the action.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And they were just kind of like he had
Dude.
pallets of them in
had
his fucking
so many.
storeroom. Yeah.
So many, and like people would have their loans on them, and we'd just stockpile them in the back. But then sometimes you get the kid, right, who was like, 22, you'd be like, "Hey man, check this out," and he'd open up, and be like, "Russian SKS, how much you give
Yeah.
me?" It's like, "Hey man, I don't. How much are you looking for?" They're like, "A couple hundred." It's like, no, that's not happening. And they're like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "You see this wall over here where it says all Russian SKSs are $50?"
Yeah.
It's all,
Dude, you could buy fucking Russian surplus fucking ammunition.
yeah.
Still in the 10,000 rounds a pop for like fucking $13.
cheap, dude.
It was
Yeah,
probably more
yes.
than that, but Not
but
by
it was
much.
not by much.
Yeah, maybe $23.
Same thing, and then the weird flip, it affected everything. And there was a specific guitar pedal that
Right.
Russia made, and that when they came over, they were just in droves. They sounded great, but I would always laugh and be like, "Here it is. Here's another fucking." It's like every time the same Russian pedal, you know. And I had like 3 of them, but then like sometime in 2015, they became super sought after, and I was like, "What are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
Dude, we used to sell these things for $10.
Yeah, throwaway. It's kind of like the
Nothing.
Titanic DVDs.
Oh, it's
you
the
know what I mean?
Titanic DVDs, Titanic VHS. Dude, that VHS took half
It's
your
like
wall.
that Russian guitar pedals, the Titanic
Yeah,
DVD.
the Titanic DVD. Same thing with the SKSs. It was like,
Right.
yeah, bro, I got it.
And that was, and
That's
it
true.
It wasn't just that, man. You could get AK-47s for
Yeah.
like fucking $70, $80, $90, Sometimes you'd get them new in the box. Sometimes you'd get, where they were just fucking beat the shit. You know what I mean? You could get shit coming
Yeah,
in.
Russian arms were easy to come by for a long time.
Yeah, because, fuck, if you had enough money, if you had logistics to transport and move something, right, you could go buy a fucking sub for like $600. You just had to get it transported.
gotta get it
You know what I
somewhere.
mean?
Right.
It's like you're gonna
Yeah.
fucking hire a crew to sail it to Florida?
It's like when they do those auctions and you find out that some house in Atlanta sold for $1, and it's like 5 bedrooms, 3 baths or whatever, and it's
seizure?
$3,000, but it's like, yeah. And they're like, I got this house for $1. It's like, right. You got to move it though. and now you got to pick up a house and then transport that house somewhere. And they're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, that's where the $30,000 comes in.
My friend
because-
did that when they they didn't want to build, and all of a sudden they were like, we're gonna buy a house, and then we're just gonna pay to have 2 fucking
3 houses over, that's the deal. Not the brand new
semi
one.
truck move this fucking thing in
Yeah.
2 pieces, and I'm like, fuck
Directly
it. It seemed
across-
to be less trouble just to
Oh, dude,
fucking
just build a new one.
something.
The house directly across from that new build is just that. When it
Right.
got here, we were like, what is that? And they were like, it's a house they got in Houston. It's like they probably want it for like $1 or like $500. And we're like, we got a house. It's
Well,
like,
I mean, if that's the
now.
case, and even if you say you drop 20 grand
sure.
to move it,
Of course, it's a great deal.
you're still coming out on top.
Of
Man,
course.
there's so much effort.
Dude, the amount of effort. And then watching him fix it for 2 years, it was like, bro.
Yeah.
And then, of course, watching this guy build a house for 14 years. And then that other new build showed up in 3. It was like, we had a podcast. There was nothing there. And 3 weeks later, I was like,
Yeah.
hey, it's a move. There's people living there.
You got the one neighbor who's been working on his ranger outpost for fucking 20 years. Oh,
Jesus.
God knows how long he's been
God
working
knows
on
how
it.
long he started that.
And then you got the move-in house, and then you got the ones built by fucking ants and time lapse.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
Right,
mean? And
yes.
it's like, hey, those guys wasn't fucking around.
Not at all.
I'm not thinking, oh, another house. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, they fucking put that thing up. You know what I mean?
Quick, dude. It was no hesitation. They were just like, get it up.
And
Get it done.
I'm telling you, it's like these AI time lapses where people want you believe like they're putting a hot tub in the middle of their apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like all the people are moving too uniformly.
Yeah.
And so you're like, oh, this is not even fucking real. And I'm like, see, that's why, look, I know we talk about AI too much.
Everybody is.
But
It's-
that's the
it's
one.
here.
That's the thing. It was kind of going back to the pre-pod conversation. It's like
Yeah.
you just lose the creativity.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're.
Can be a tool or it could be.
It's like when they talk about the uncanny valley,
Yeah.
right? When something that's not actually, when something's
tangible.
rendered so well that you can't make out the difference.
Right.
I remember when it did with video games.
Right. Me too.
Like I remember this was like 10 years ago. I'm playing Madden.
Dinosaurs. Right.
And my stepdad comes in. He goes, "What game are you watching?" I think it's like March. You know,
Right.
who's fucking playing football in March?
Yeah.
And I go, "No, it's a video game."
Yep.
And he was like astounded because he's like, "Shit,
'Cause no, it's not.
I thought you were watching an old
That's how the
fucking old video."
the WWE video game is for PS5.
Mhm.
It's like, are you just watching? It's like, no, this is the game.
Yeah,
But the crowds, the ring, the stuff, like you can tell once I start moving the people around because you move them a certain way.
Right.
But other than that, like the ambulance pulls up, everything, and it's like the back rooms. Like Link loves to do the back behind the stage fight,
Yeah.
and it's like, dude, it's It's cool, but you're
Or
like,
Stone Cold and Triple H are fighting in the garage.
yeah, if you watch it, it looks real. There's no part of it that you're like, oh, this is...
from a distance, if you didn't know any better, you would think that they're just watching a video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And if you watch the playback of your match, they render it like a real one. So then it looks like you're just watching WWE.
See, and that's all right. That's when AI is good,
Sure.
right? Because I know
That's where it serves its best
as a
purpose.
50-year-old man, I shouldn't be excited about a video game that's going to release in November.
Hey, sure it is.
No.
Hey, man.
They're fixing to start.
Sure.
Look, they're fixing to start marketing.
Mm-hmm. Hey, dude.
We're in the last week of April, and May is supposed to be when they start pushing.
We went around the moon for the first time recently. You want me to be the internet before we got a GTA 6?
No, it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm psyched.
Yeah.
I got to start
We got
preparing.
a third assassination attempt before you get GTA 6, all right?
Hey. You know, that's funny because me and my brother, I didn't prompt him. My brother was just bored and was looking for something to watch.
Yeah.
Started watching The Boys.
Okay.
Right?
On his own?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I come in one day. I'm like, "Are you watching The Boys?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, it's always up, and I've never seen it before." And I go, "All right, this is something that I didn't force him to watch."
Right, yeah.
Which has been the
That's most of my life.
if he has any fucking comic book movies knowledge, it's
my fault. Right.
It's because I forced him to fucking go with me to the movies and drive, and then his compensation was like Chinese buffet.
Right, I was gonna say we'll take you to eat.
Right, and then you get to go sit in an air conditioned, comfy chair, and to his credit, he'll watch stuff and he remembers,
Sure.
But for having unprompted, started watching The Boys of all things too, because that's not your traditional.
Right.
It's the entire show is a parody on like comics, superheroes, society,
jokes, right?
Right, and so. Watching it, and then yesterday we're about to start the new season. They're a few episodes deep, so
Yeah.
we can catch one now. And he's like, "Man, it's crazy how this is like 10 years old."
Right.
Well, at least when the first season came out.
Yeah.
But how the satire was like almost like foretelling of what we're fucking going through right now.
Yeah.
Everything's a PR. Everything can be managed.
I mean, we're Daredevil, but it's a little too on the nose right now. It's all like, hey, huh? What do you think of this?
We got this, and look, I don't want to.
Right.
Fisk is a polarizing leader, much like the one that's currently.
Much like we currently,
Yes.
Yeah, we're not for or against anything. We're just acknowledging
that it's there's strong opinions on both sides of the aisle.
Strong opinions on both sides.
And and he was just astounded. And then if you really watch that show and you really pay attention, the satire, the jokes, it's just it's so great.
Yeah.
And then, the fact that there's not going to be a show at some point where there's just not just all the gore that you can manage.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's going to get blown up, ripped apart, head popped, laser eyed.
Yeah, there's been a few where the actors are like, "Hey, I can't do this. I'm not filming that scene." They're like, "Oh, why not?" It's like, "Yeah, no, not filming that scene."
I mean, spoiler alert, but at the end of the fourth, they just started fifth, and it's the final season. Mm-hmm. And there was a deal a couple seasons back where they're in like this hospital where they're taking like supers, or they call them soups,
right?
And there was this one guy, and his superpower was he had like this penis that he could use like a tail. Yeah. And he's just knocking dudes out, just dick slapping guys. Yeah. And my brother was like, "Oh my God." And I go, I mean,
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's cool when somebody though finds the thing. Because the other day, we're on the plane, right? I forgot. I'll get into that debacle later. But
oh boy.
I look over and Nicole's watching One Piece, the live action anime on Netflix.
Right.
I was like, "What are you watching?" She's like, "One Piece." And I was like, "For real, for real?" She's like, "Yeah, it's a great show." And I was like, "I mean, I know, but I didn't know you knew."
Right.
I was like, watch the anime. And Lincoln's into the and Link's like, I already finished the series. You know?
Yeah,
He's-
well, I haven't seen any of it, but I understand like people do enjoy it. I'll eventually get around to giving
Sure.
give it a spin.
But it's just cool because it's not her wheelhouse. Anime, right? First of all, and then a live action retelling of anime.
Right.
It's like none of this is.
It's just not her.
It's not
what
her.
she would pick.
No.
Yeah.
Right. But like she picked that other one, right? The John Bernthal and his wife go on a murderous rampage.
Oh yeah.
Whatever that she picked that one, which was great, by the way, because I joined her in on
And
that
you
one.
know,
and I
we
was
both like that Apple series with Gyllenhaal.
You damn
You
right,
know-
dude.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Nicole was up. She introduced me to that one. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, how about that? Apple can do the really grounded Gyllenhaal, right?
Right.
And then turn around and give us Sugar,
Yeah.
which I wish we would have been podcasting during that debacle.
Hey man, we need to start.
Debacle.
We need to start dividing our time together.
Yeah.
With like we need to like maybe we can only do it for like 30 minutes, but like every time that we come to podcast, like we'll dedicate 30 minutes and we'll just start a show
Right.
where for most people who haven't seen it, and then by the time we get to that one pivotal moment where we're all just fucking hitting the brakes and going, the fuck is going on?
Oh, shit.
Which is what Sugar just fucking hits you right out of left field, bro. It fucking comes in hot.
It's like, hey, man, what do you think of these first 6 episodes? It's like, this is a phenomenal
For
detective film noir.
For the 5 of you that are listening, Apple TV, Sugar, Colin Farrell, it's an original.
It's a very original.
You know, and I think even with the fucking left hook or left turn that it takes in the later episodes,
Is that
overall it was still a really great show.
Awesome.
But you know
that U-turn,
Yeah,
I'm gonna call it a
bro.
U-turn, was real weird
Yeah.
because you're just like,
It
wait,
wasn't
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a more apt description. It's like they didn't veer. They just fucking turned around and was going back home. And you're like, the fuck
Hey,
is
dude,
going
I thought
on?
we were
Yeah.
no, and they're like, no,
Yeah, they didn't stop for gas.
no, but they told you were, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
or at least alluded to it. They like, hey guys, we're up ahead. We'll snacks and get. Oh, hey, where are we going now?
Look, and that's a good point to bring up. I would argue that plot twist on that show, and I don't know if that was an original show, if it was an
Yeah, I don't either.
adaptation, but man, it sure fucking
It took you somewhere,
It blindsided you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're like, now what the fuck am I watching?
right?
You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't want to give any spoilers away because
Right.
I really because I remember when you texted me and
I
you were
would
like,
not.
bro, have you seen Sugar? And I'm like, no, not yet. He goes, you were so animated on your text about go watch it now.
Right.
Text me after you're done. You know what I mean?
It was just like because I knew, man. I
And
was
for
like,
me, I'm like, yo, something must have fucking been. I mean, for you to be that animated about.
because it was so weird. Because it was like we were on board. It was like, hey, dude, this is a noir show. It's a detective. It feels like a throwback to the 50s. It's
Yeah.
40s. It's so cool. It's so edgy. It's old Hollywood. You're gonna love it, you know. And then all of a sudden it gets
It's
to
kind of
that
like
episode,
it's
and I'm
kind of
all,
like it kind of reminded me of like City Confidential.
yeah, dude.
You know, with
LA
Maximus.
Confidential, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. City Confidential was with Bill Curtis.
It's all good.
On
But
this
yes, on this episode,
Florida. I was like, oh shit. There's
But
always something going down in Florida.
it's good. It's like you really do feel that vibe.
Yeah,
You're like, is this quiz show?
And I remember watching like all these reaction videos following, and people were just stunned.
because it
As we
just
were. As
comes
we.
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's not like it's even implied. If you go and watch the first 6 episodes, it's not like they allude. It's just like la la la, boom.
And
Welcome to Confusion Land. I'm like, well, that's.
I really think that the next time we should plan out like we talk, because we're still.
yeah.
I mean, technically we're still talking about Daredevil,
Right.
but as always, we always fucking veer
Oh,
off.
dude. Well, it's also Daredevil adjacent, right? Because it had Colin Farrell in it. He
Yeah.
played Bullseye. There you go.
Right.
Flip side, Colin Farrell also was in another show that took you for a loop, but in the best of ways. And what I mean by that is a villain should stay a villain, right?
Right.
And then Colin Farrell knew that with the Penguin.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
with their final episode, they were like, hey, no, he's a real villain. And you're like, yeah, but I get what he's doing now. Oh,
Well, they give you so much.
Never mind. He's just a bad guy.
In that character, specifically, is that they give you so much that you really want to root for him.
Yeah, and
then they just show you that he's just a piece of shit.
Just a piece of shit.
He's just a conniving piece of shit.
But what's good about that is that you're not forced with these emotional conundrums, right? Like Cruella DeVille was a villain in every 100 Dalmatian movie ever, and then like her other one, now she's hot and cool, right? And I love that movie because it's all punk rock and fashion, right?
Yeah.
So I'm easy, right?
It's Disney's,
everybody's
children's version of the Devil Wears Prada.
Dude, 100%, right? And I'm all in, right? Because I can't wait for Devil Wears Prada 2, right? Because I love the Devil Wears Prada. I watched it 2 days ago, right?
See, Anne Hathaway falls in that same category as Kristen Ritter.
I can't wait for her new movie, Mother Mary. Have you seen that crazy thing?
No.
It's some sort of horror movie where she plays like a Gaga-esque pop star.
No.
And she's got a history with some sort of murderous witch stuff going on. It's pretty twisted looking. But again, the thing where we do this now, and we do it all the time. We did it with Bullseye, but it's like, hey, are you bad guy or not? Right? Penguin, bad guy.
Yeah.
And the second that they have you fooled, right? They're like, here's the final episode of the season. You're like, man, I think he's like, a good guy. They're like, no, he's not.
We got to let you know that he's just a fucking piece of shit.
And which I want.
And the biggest piece of the shit in some ways. You know what I mean?
But thank you for giving me the villain be a villain, right? Because I'm so sick of I'm a villain, but I'm just misunderstood. I'm tortured. You come at it from a different angle. You know, I love my wife or I love my mom or some horse. It's like, no, man. I'm a bad guy. I'm the villain. Yeah, you're supposed to not want.
It's not like Frank Castle, who's like driven by revenge.
Anti-hero, right? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, dude. But like, so many times in Marvel movies, though, they give you this thing where it's like, oh man, Thanos. Let's see, he's got 2 daughters, and he's just trying to rationalize the world. And it's like, hey, I don't want to have sympathy for Thanos.
Yeah.
I don't want to even understand Thanos. I just want to be like, oh, he's a bad guy, right? I don't need complex bad guy.
Well, yeah, I mean for the younger people who see that, but the older people, you knew right away. It's like, oh, he's like a fundamentalist, like he's like, his intentions maybe.
Yes.
I mean, and then you just realize that he's a giant purple terrorist, and that he's just trying to
rationalize the world and
the road to hell is paved with good intentions. He's like, hey man, I'm just trying to save who I can by getting rid of half of everybody.
When we were kids, action movies, they were just the bad guy. Aliens, we didn't have a sympathy for an alien like fucking Alien Earth, right? Which we both watched and enjoyed, but like now you start going, well, I don't know, man. Maybe it's like, hold on.
Yeah, look, as much as
she's got it as a pet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, it's kind of like my thing with vampire movies, right?
Yes.
It's kind of like I don't need romantic vampires,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me. It's like why at least 28 days later, I haven't, and then 28 years later, it's like I don't need.
Yeah. Fucking Jesus.
Yeah.
Bone Collection is right, or whatever it is.
Bone Collector. I haven't watched that one yet, but yeah, the amount of dicks that showed up in 28 years later, it was just kind of like, man, it's kind of like
2026 or 2025 or whatever is like the year that they're like, hey, why don't we just start? We spent all these years showing chicks.
It's
topless.
like we want nudity, but it's kind of taboo now to ask women to get naked.
So here's what we're gonna
Let's
do.
get these giant prosthetic dongs and just have them just swinging. You know
Everybody gets a. You get it. You get a dong. You get a dong.
At least in Spartacus, it was 50-50.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were leaning. They
For
were like,
every
hey.
giant dick you saw in the background, there was like some unbelievably hot woman naked close by.
No, they didn't do that with this. Nowadays, it's just like,
hey, look, I'll make do with that,
Sure. Yeah, no, now it's a new mix.
I don't like this all dick all the time now. You know what I mean? We got to get...
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you
know
took
a weird turn.
It's like when we always talk about overcompensation.
This is it. It's
You know
every
what I
time.
mean?
Dude.
It's kind of like, yes,
every
look, I'm
time.
not saying that they haven't exploited females and there's been a lot of nudity.
This is not the correction to make.
And it was okay to show, naked women parts, but nobody wanted to see penis. That was a bridge too far back in the 80s and 90s.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
And now we're in the 2020s,
like,
and it's like, look, I understand that Sydney Sweeney has the shower scene,
Right.
but standards require that, we need you to throw a dick in there at some point.
yeah, because it was originally like that was the fun, like the slap in the face for the first the original run of Sex and the City.
Right.
Like that was their nice little slap in the face. It was like, hey, now we're gonna show naked dudes. And
Right.
we're on HBO, and this is a little slappy payback. And it was like, that's cool because the show was so well done.
Right.
That it also made you understood what they were doing. They were like, hey, for decades we've had to do this thing, so now what we're gonna have is a bunch of chicks partying up in the city, banging dudes, and we're gonna keep showing dudes' ass and dudes' dong just popping up. And you're like, oh, that's really funny. So like, every couple of episodes something like that would happen, and you're like, oh, I see what you did. And now they're like, no, how about we just
I have Steven here. He's with the Male Actors Penis Guild.
Yeah.
He's on set to make sure
on
that
set.
the male penis is represented on cinema.
right.
It's like speaking of nudity, I haven't got into any of the new Euphoria,
Oh right, me neither.
but
Now I'm
it is
starting.
on fire on the internet
Really?
about like this new season and
Yeah,
Sydney
yeah.
Sweeney, and like she's like an OF girl and she's
I haven't
doing
started it yet, but
crazy
I'm sure
shit, and I'm like, damn.
We'll see what happens.
But we've talked about that before. About even for us, Euphoria is just
hey man, like I
it's
remember
a little too much.
I remember American Pie getting controversy, right?
Right.
And it was like there was just again, it was all it was kind of 80s throwback, where it was like, here's a topless girl, here's a masturbation joke. Okay, that was
For
about
sure.
that was, and it was still they were like, how can they let
that
do
was
this? That's high schoolers.
mandatory in a tale of the youth.
That
when
was
we were
always,
kids,
for
you
sure.
know what I
That's
mean?
how you
It's
knew you were
like,
watching Porky's and Meatballs and any of that
Yeah.
stuff. Meatballs
It's
4,
like, hey, Cheerleaders Massacre 12,
right? Oh
right?
yeah, dude.
Shower scene.
Slumber Party, all of it. You know,
skinny dipping.
skinny dipping.
You know what
Here-
I mean?
Hey, what is this? It's high schoolers having fun. It's like, well, how comes
Right.
all the chicks are
all
naked?
The,
It's like that's
all the
it.
chicks out at Crystal Lake were stripping
Swimming,
down and
stripping.
swimming in that lake, waiting for Jason to come and kill them all.
Right. And movies like American Pie were like nodding to that. It's like, hey, remember when this is how high school
Right.
and party movies worked? And you're like, yeah. And now, dude, they give you Euphoria, and you're all, hey, man, hold up. Is this what kids are doing?
Yeah,
It's been a minute since I've been a
hey,
kid,
look,
but
we
is
all
this?
we all know that anything creative like that, like cinema, is kind of like an exaggeration of real life.
Yeah, yeah. So how?
But if that's the case in this instance, it's like, man, what the fuck is going
dude.
on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
God help us. You know what I mean? It's like,
Well, it's like my buddy that owns him and his wife own the tire shop here in town. He has 3 young girls, and they're all in their 20s.
yeah.
And they're doing stuff, and it's just like they're just speaking another language.
Yeah.
And God help them, their mother, she's like, and she stays involved. And so when I'm there and they're kind of talking to her, and they're just like, yeah, they're just showing me these pictures, and they're just sending nudes, or
Right.
like some dudes
yeah.
are sending pictures of all this crazy shit. And I'm like, man, is that how these fucking 20-year-olds are out there
Yeah.
rolling now?
Yeah, I guess so.
Just in the, I mean,
Just in the trenches.
I remember when we stood outside of a fucking convenience store hoping to find some drunk that we could give $10
Hoping to
to
find.
get us a fucking 6-pack.
Yeah.
There's nothing that they can't have access to.
Dude, finding a way to
And you just hope that they're making
acquire
good
a nudie
decisions.
mag.
Yeah.
Like,
The length. The
now,
lengths
dude,
that
it's like
we
you
went
just say,
to
you could-
get our hands on a fucking Playboy or a
You could just tell
Hustler.
Siri, right? You could just be like, "Yo, Siri, do this," and then
Hey.
Siri's like, "Oh, here you go."
Siri, I want to see all non-AI generated nude pictures of Sydney Sweeney. And it just happened.
Would you like me to use? Yeah. Would you
Yeah.
like me to use Safari? So, oh, okay, I guess so.
Hey, baby, whatever you need to do to
Whatever Google, whatever
whatever you need
search
to do
engine
to,
you need.
yeah, whatever your tools at your disposal you need to accomplish this goal.
It's like,
Go ahead and
and
get
then
after it.
700,000 hits. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I guess I could find any version of this picture.
Yeah,
Okay, thanks, Siri.
because now everybody that can get their hands on it is going to share it. You know
It's
what I mean?
crazy though, because honestly, it was like I remember having to like sneak into my uncle's closet to get his Playboys. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
And I had a distant uncle
It was
who
like
kept them under
fucking
the pool
Mission
table.
Impossible to get your hands on,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
picture
yeah.
of a pair of tits, dude. It was effort. And now it's just at the
It's like
touch of
on
a
the
button, dude.
Just tell your phone.
Like you said, you don't even have to touch
Alexa.
buttons. You could be a kid could be home by himself with a fucking smart TV and go, "Hey, Google,
Dude, my Roku has a voice
access
activated.
internet browser, go to fucking Pornhub,
Yeah.
you know, librarian
There it
milfs." You know what I mean?
Yeah, what do you want to say?
Yeah.
It's all there for the taking. Yeah, we're in a wacky world, man.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'll
crazy.
I'll have to catch it. And see
What,
kind of
Euphoria?
debauchery- Yeah, for the new season, I'm saying.
I mean, I feel like I don't want to watch it, but
Most
also
of me doesn't, you
I
know?
feel like I want to watch it because
Right.
I want to see really. I mean, I need some context. You
Right.
can't get a lot from clips.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's this thing where like when anytime you're involved in something and it's like, well, I'm already this deep, so I might as well. It's like there's sometimes where there's movies that I've seen that it's like I didn't necessarily want to see part 1 or part 2. And it's like part 3 comes out and then you're like, do you want to see it? It's like I don't, but
Yeah.
I'm already invested because
Hey,
I had to.
look. There's the only reason why I ever watched the Twilight
That's
series.
what I was talking about specifically. I saw
Is
Twilight
like-
with a bunch of different people over the years, and then finally, it's like Nicole and I get together. She's like, "Hey, that last final Twilight's coming out." It's like, yeah. She's like, "We do you want to see
Yeah,
it?" It's
I
like,
gotta
well,
go-
I've seen them all now.
Hey,
so
look,
I have
I've
to.
said it many a times that I'll get hooked on something that may be just shitty all around, and then I have to watch what happens.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know it seems lame to say that because look, Euphoria made me uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable.
You know what
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean? And I know that all the girls are in there, or the women, I'm sorry, are all above age, and they're
It's
all
still
it's all
alluded
legit,
incorrectly.
but they're all high schoolers.
Well,
right?
so is old Landman's daughter, but they make sure they're like, "Hey, she ain't even 17 yet," and it's all. Could you stop showing her like this then?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Because if she's
And
not
look-
even
look,
17
and
yet,
I understand as much as I talk about female actors on here, and I express my love for them whenever they do something like that. But like, hey man, context.
context, please.
You walk into a strip club and somebody's nude on a pole. Hey, look, in real life that these ladies got to be 18 to get up there.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So there's no tiptoeing the line. But when you start having that kind of nudity and it's set in a high school setting,
Yeah, it's difficult.
right? Yeah, you're like, a part of you feels bad.
Right.
You know what I mean? A part of
Yes. Hey,
you,
as it should.
as it should.
Right?
You
Like,
know what I'm saying?
that's the whole point of being a
It's
decent
like
human being.
There's
That's-
nothing. I don't know. I don't know if I felt when I felt kind of like, man, this is getting a little dicey for me. And then like I had that kind of like ill feeling.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it was illness, but you just had like there was a break in the force. You knew this
Right.
was kind of sketchy, right? And then how proud I felt. I was like, oh, I'm not a fucking crazy psycho.
Every human male over the age of 21 should have been mad at every movie that came out in the 90s where it was the babysitter, the stepdad, the crush, whatever,
Right.
Poison Ivy 1, 2, and 3. Every human male over 21 should have been like, man, I feel gross in my stomach right,
Right.
now. And it's like, well, how come? It's like, I don't know. Maybe
See, it
because
was
Tom
different.
Skerritt's fucking 50.
Right. And look, and those movies that came out at the, in the middle 90s or whatever,
Man, there were so many of them.
it was just, it was all like 16-year-olds, creeping on fucking 50-year-old dudes. And look, now
Yes.
there's an entire market for it,
Oh, sure.
right? But, it's
That
like,
Sophia chick sings about it all the time.
you know what I mean? It's like,
Whether you're 12 looking 20 or you're 20 looking 12.
yeah. And I'm like, yeah. And so I was like, hey, man, I can't be watching this. And it's like, hey,
Right.
Paulie, good for you. You know,
You know right
this
from
feeling
wrong.
you're feeling is what you're supposed to experience. You know what I mean?
Yes. But what's crazy is that all grown men made those movies. Not just the actors, but the cast, the writers, the crew, the film guys, everybody involved in that movie was over the age of 30 and male.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's all like, hey, who's that? It's like, oh, that's Drew Barrymore. She's 16. It's like, who's that guy? It's like, that's Tom Skerritt. You isn't he 55? It's like, yeah, what's gonna happen here? Well, he's gonna be attracted to her. It's like, okay,
Well, no shit.
but then what's the movie really about? That's what the movie's about.
Yeah, that's it.
She's gonna try to seduce him and ruin his marriage. It's all. This seems like a really inappropriate plot. It's like, well, there's 7 of them.
Yeah, how come they're not? At
least there's Silverstones in the
riding
next
in the
one.
streets over these movies still existing.
Dude,
They came, you know.
I told you there's that one the other day I showed you where Katherine Heigl was 14.
They fucking rode into war for Baby It's Cold Outside. They're
Right.
not riding into war for fucking Poison Ivy or any of those
Any
movies.
of the other ones?
The Crush.
Devil in a Dress or whatever that one was
Yeah.
called. Jesus, dude. Rose McGowan was in a couple of them.
Who's leading that charge?
Nobody.
You know what I mean?
Right. Somebody needs to step in and go like, hey, man, I don't know if you guys saw this thing that happened. But no.
Yeah.
Because
I
that's
don't
fine.
know.
I'm not necessarily
I
saying
don't know where you
revisionist.
were
Right.
when these movies were coming out, but
Because I'm not saying we need to do the thing where we cancel Cheers because it's got inappropriate jokes or cancel Taxi. It's like, no. For the time, it was okay. The problem is, for the time, still not okay. It was never... It was never okay, right? It wasn't okay when Lolita did. It wasn't okay when they remade Lolita with Frank Langella and like I forget what her name was, but it was like I think it was the girl from Face Off. I think it was like one of the daughters.
but
it was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Hey, we probably shouldn't remake Lolita in the mid '90s, and they're like, no, that's fine. It's like,
Yeah,
I don't think it is. They're like, well,
I
look
remember,
how good the
I know that we
Babysitter-
always talk about all of this about Gerard Depardieu kind of spearheading this
That's all I'm
whole
saying,
fucking
dude. Jesus.
series of films that came out in,
Thanks, Gerard.
in the middle 90s up to the 2000s. And it's like, we're going to have a fat French giant
That's the
snoz.
worst movie, man.
You
It's
know.
so inappropriate.
And we're like, hey, we're going to have Katherine Heigl, who was 16 at the time.
Playing a 14-year-old.
Playing a 14-year-old, wearing a thong, acting like it's okay for her to go around and say that, you know, her daddy is her lover.
And there's going
'Cause
to
she
be
wants
some
to
kissing
see-
scenes. It's like, this is wrong.
And you want to, just so she seemed that she's older. Now, I'm not saying that didn't happen. We've all seen that happen.
I've seen it happen. But
But how does that pass the MPAA? You know what I mean?
yeah, nobody was like, or was everybody like, ha ha, it's in good, jovial fun. It's like, no.
It's a comedy. Don't take it so seriously. I was like, there were some parts that were funny.
Yeah, right. It's like, I might have laughed at some stuff, but I can tell you what I didn't laugh at.
Right. And the fact that, you know, I was feeling some certain type of way when I watched a girl was established that she's 14 wearing a thong.
Really,
You know what I
really
mean?
inappropriate. Fine when I'm 14, I guess, but it's not.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody involved.
That's another thing you have to realize too is now that we're
Yeah.
half a decade now that we see like, especially the high school thing is really what takes it out.
Right. Yeah. Because look, Basic Instinct's great. It can be all the erotic thriller it needs to be because
Right.
everybody's 30 to 50. Right. I don't know
Yeah.
how old Michael Douglas is. That motherfucker could be 90. I don't know. He's looked one age the whole time. Right. He always looked 42.
Yeah.
Here he is. You know what I mean? It's like this guy
Yeah,
is an adult. Here's Sharon Stone. She's clearly 30 something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So there was no confusion.
Super hot. It's all right.
The whole thing, everything is consensual and everybody's doing it's like, oh, this is a crazy dude, dicey movie. It's like, sure, man. But by the way, Alicia Silverstone's doing a really freaky thing over here, and I'm pretty sure Treat Williams is the dad or something. I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah.
What?
There's definitely a period in any of those years of movies where, man, they really stretch some boundaries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I can't remember when those Nymphomaniac, I mean, we talked about
Right,
it
yeah,
before,
yeah.
the Nymphomaniac movies came out, and they
Yeah.
were just like, all right, I mean, the actors aren't, I mean, there's actual sex going on, and they're fucking CGI faces, and they got all this shit going on, but I'm like, I don't understand.
Right.
Like, there's no, it's just about, is the movie just about a woman that just has a compulsion?
Right.
Is that what it really boils down to? Do we need like two giant, you know,
What's the one
African
we bring up
dudes?
all the time with the dude? Is it Vincent?
Oh, Vincent Gallo.
Yeah, good old Vincent Gallo, dude. It's like he's just the kingpin of that whole scenario. It's all, hey, bro, this is probably wrong, huh?
Yeah, that movie had to be the pinnacle.
That's the one that had to be like,
It's like,
hey, maybe we're too far, huh?
yeah, you know what I mean? That's when they first saw the canary die in the mine
Right.
shaft. You know what I
Maybe-
mean? It's like,
and-
we've gone too far.
As much as I like the most of the movie, like Requiem for a Dream, somebody could have been like, hey, pause. Oh, what's up? Hey, man, this final scene of the movie, right? Maybe we should not include that, huh? And he's like, well, what do you mean? I don't know how to say that, but maybe not. You
Yeah.
know? Well, if I have to explain it, right? Maybe you're the problem. Right.
Right.
It's
I
like,
think
maybe
the question answered to itself. It's like you're looking at like two broads in a crowded room
right.
sharing a dildo, and that's how you end the movie.
Right. It's like, yeah. So what's up? So no. That's what's up.
I think you could have shown her, look,
Maybe allude to it.
Again, you're talking about one of my all-time favorite brunettes.
Sure,
and
man.
Jennifer Connelly.
Everybody loves her. Eyebrows are there.
Everything
gorgeous.
about it, dude. But even then, I remember even when I first watched it, I go, Jesus! Like if you're trying to punctuate addiction and how far you fall, you accomplished it.
You win. Hey, you won, but maybe you could have just
eased up on the gas a little.
Closed the door, right? That would everybody would have got it. You would have just been like, hey, look, here we're gonna show them walk into the scene, and then we're gonna close the door. It's like, right, but then the director's like, no. So anyway, so we'll go on the other side of the door now. It's like, no, that's the movie because we show.
It's like when you use nudity in a way. So, for instance, if you're a 20-something-year-old couple and you're living together for the first time and you're young and you're not making a bunch of money and you're in some shitty small apartment, and and so you have a girl that's wearing an oversized T-shirt and she's nude underneath and she's moving around and you see some things in there.
Right.
That's plausible.
Plausible.
We've all had that. We've all seen that, right? In real life.
Yeah.
Right? But, saying like, oh, man, she really took a tumble. It's like addiction is bad, so bad that, she was sharing a double-ended dildo in a room full of fucking dudes.
It got real weird.
Yeah.
Real quick.
I mean...
You know what I mean? Because at the same time, like it came out right on the cusp of like some serious interneting. So you're like, hey man, we're about to, and then 6 months later the internet's there, and it's like you can look at this anytime you want.
6 months later, you can watch Two Girls, One Cup.
Disturbing.
Highly recommend that you never find out what that is.
Never.
You could promise me you can live the rest of your life and never, and you
without
can live
ever
without
seeing
that.
any of
You
that.
can live without that.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
You're going to be okay. You can
One
go
of
to
those things.
you can go to your grave knowing that you've seen enough. You don't need to add that to your brain box.
No, dude, I think about it all the time. There's certain wrinkles in my brain that I'll never get back, and like that's one of them. It's like, thanks, man. I didn't need that.
I mean, we grew up with Faces of Death.
Right.
Seeing, I mean, my IG is filled with horrible accidents,
dude,
and that's easier to watch
man,
than what that abomination came into my life and has never left.
I keep seeing people get murdered on TikTok and X and Instagram, and I'm real sick of it.
This page just shows you the dark side of the web,
dude,
and they watch some dude getting smoked at a hot dog stand.
You know what I'm sick of though, and I'm trying to steer my TikTok away from this. Hey. The ones that let me make sure they call themselves auditors.
Oh yeah.
Hey dude, I'm so sick of them. Right? Like I'm sick of all of them because it's like, you know what you're doing? You're being a pain in the ass. You're making everybody uncomfortable, and it's all for clicks. And every time you're wrong, you're never right. I don't care if they're like, well, the law says. I don't care that the law says it. You're still wrong.
Yeah.
You're still wrong.
No, I understand.
Dude.
I understand you're saying that this is wrong, but you're also being an asshole.
You're also an asshole, and they're always rude to the officers.
Yeah,
right. And then they're rude to the staff, and they're like, "Well, I can do this." It's like, no, that's not. We're not saying you can't.
Look, I went down the rabbit hole.
I get angry.
My algorithm it was on there for a while, but I'm
trying to get rid of it
to like slow mo NBA badass places,
dude.
Horrible
Did you see Wemby's
accidents.
block?
No.
Oh, Wemby did a block yesterday, dude. It's the best block ever. Because the guy really thinks he's got it. Because he's going in for a dunk, and Wemby's still like, let me just stick my hand slightly elevated.
Let me get on my tippy toes and block this dunk.
And he slams it to the crowd. He slams the ball so hard, and the guy's like, what the fuck just happened? And you can see the look on his face like, how did that? It's like, you can't.
Well,
he's in front of you.
Hey, look, don't act surprised. All right.
So good, dude.
You
Yeah, and he was
7'7"
like, what just happened? It's like that's
French alien playing in fucking Spurs.
Hey, Yeah, Mr. Fantastic's arm just shot out in front of you.
Yeah.
That's what just happened. All right.
He looks like a Stretch Armstrong that never went back into place.
Yeah, the one that stretched out too far, and you're like, hey, dude,
It didn't go
you're
back.
at the thrift store
You
trying to
finally
figure
worn
it
it
out.
all out, and it just stays long. That's the fucking Wimby right
It's
now.
like when we go to the thrift and antique stores and Lincoln finds one. He's like, hey, what the hell is this? It's like, that was Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, it used to retract. Now they just dangle out.
When we were a kid, that was a cool thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, what happened to it? It's like, well,
Too many tugs.
dude, yeah, I love watching that kind of stuff more, right? Because it's great. I would much rather watch new music and slow-mo NBA plays.
Right, like right now, it's clips of that Sophia
Sophia.
Sella. People being assassinated inside
I'm
restaurants
so
and
sick
like
of
Latin,
people getting murdered in a restaurant.
Latin
dude.
America, these guys getting smoked at a fucking taco shop.
I just saw it with a gas station. The dude like they're like taking his jewelry or something, and then as soon as they go for the door, he just reaches down and just fucking busts a cap in both of them. And you're like, I didn't know I was gonna watch murder.
Yeah,
I
so
was just watching this girl
so
yell
it's-
at men.
it's murder. It's that Sophia Sola with like her right, and you're just like there's some I don't know, man. It's alluring. I can't lie. I mean,
It's a very alluring.
right. It's
Yes.
it's she's fascinating, right?
I agree. I've seen her a million
And then
times.
it's like chicks that are like talking into a mirror, talking into the camera in the mirror, their asses out.
right,
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
that's a
And they're
good
like
one,
laying
right.
on it.
yes.
Or the one, or the one that started it all was the women talking on the phone, and then they accidentally drop
They
it,
accidentally drop it.
and the
Yeah.
camera just goes right on their bush, and then they pick it up real quick, and then they're like,
Ridiculous.
"Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so clumsy." And I'm
Oh,
like,
it's
"Yeah, all
okay."
right."
Yeah, that was like that fake baby trend for a minute where
Oh,
they
yeah.
all had a fake baby. It's like,
Oh yeah, and
What's going on?
these women were just pulling out their tits and breastfeeding fake
fake
babies.
baby. It's I don't understand.
It's a tutorial. Well, fucking Segura went over that when he was talking about that like that Vietnamese dude that was
Yeah.
like posting his instructional videos on YouTube of how to take all the hair off your ass, and
Yes.
he's just like, well, and he just straight up just showing his balls
Yeah,
and
yeah,
asshole
yeah.
to the camera,
yes.
and there was not, it was
It's
compliant with YouTube
tutorial.
guidelines, and I'm like, he's like, what the fuck is going on?
It's we live in a weird world.
That's for sure. So, I mean, well, we tried to talk about Daredevil a little bit.
I mean, I would definitely we can wrap up something, but it's man, I knew he was gonna go crazy. I by the way, I will say this, spoiler alert: the doctor when he came to say I'm sorry,
Oh yeah,
hey, I knew when he walked in there, I was like, Doc,
we talked about that before.
Doc, what are you doing?
Yeah, hey man, just leave.
Hey,
You,
hey, Mr. Fisk, I'm terribly sorry. And then you walk out of that door. You just walk away.
send a
Right?
note.
Because what you don't do is reach out,
Hey,
open your
hey.
arms for a hug,
Hey, send flowers.
dude.
You know what I mean?
I was like-
with a very eloquent, heartfelt note.
Man,
While you're on the fucking a transatlantic flight to anywhere but New York.
I was proud of his last decision, Tony Soprano's last decision.
Oh yeah,
I was very proud. He sucked it up and had some real spine. But I was like, well, that's that.
for
right?
sure. Yeah,
And then I was also kind of hoping he would channel some anger, though, and like pull some Tony Soprano out and try to defend, but he didn't.
or I thought maybe the fact that homegirl that he had just let live
right.
would not just leave and go
Right,
away,
but try to save him.
but she would come back at the end and maybe help old little Tony out. But that didn't happen at all. No, she fucking grabbed her shit and she's like, "All right, later, deuces," and
Peace
fucking,
out, dude. Your mom,
fucking
hey,
jetted.
I like your mom.
Yeah, your mom's fucking rad. Good luck with
Yeah,
the
good luck
British
with-
fucking serial killer that you're about to go visit, and I'm supposed to be with you because that was your fucking deal to stay alive.
Why he even went back, I don't know.
Why even show up?
Why even show up?
I think look, I think they should have just been the smartest part. Look, if he was gonna die,
Right,
he should have been. Look, if that was me,
right.
I'm not saying. I mean, it went the way it should have. I mean,
Right.
he's him,
Sure.
and he's a fucking special forces British special, fucking killer.
Right.
I know I don't have any fucking chance to beating them hand
Yeah,
to
yeah,
hand.
right,
I'm gonna make you catch me.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna keep you
and
busy.
I'm gonna take this hot rod. We're gonna get in the car and we're just gonna fucking go somewhere as far as we can.
Right.
But then he like shows up, and I get it. He's like, oh, you know,
Man of his word mentality. Like, no, I'm gonna show you.
first of all, nobody is honorable.
No.
Fisk,
Hey, Karen's
anybody.
not.
Nah,
Right.
Bullseye,
Right. Dude.
even fucking Murdoch.
Murdoch's not. He
he's-
pretends to be. That's the
He
problem.
wants to be.
It's almost
That's
like.
why fucking Frank is irritated,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and even Karen now is irritated.
Is that what you do, Red? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is that what you know, Red?
Hey, dude.
Is that what you do?
I just watched the trailer. I hadn't watched it yet. I just watched his trailer, and he does it again, but with somebody else.
Oh yeah.
Is that all you got? Is
yeah.
that all you got?
Is that what you know, Rick? Rick, is that what you know? You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. He's got one.
Is that what you want to do, Red? You want
He
to
says
save
it
them
12
all?
times. And
Yeah.
It's like the commercial, the trailer for the new one is only like 39 seconds. And I swear he spends half of it going, is that all you got?
Is that what you got, Spidey? Spidey, is that what you got?
All right, I didn't realize we had
Hey,
the white Denzel.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Get your
Okay.
fucking hands off me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We can go. We can go. We
Okay.
can go. Okay.
You motherfuckers
All
gonna
right.
be in Pelican Bay making license plates. License plates.
License plate. License plate. License plate.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. I don't care how many. I don't care where you put the emphasis, dude. Stop saying it.
Even though, look,
All right.
doing
Okay.
the
All right.
burn thaw is kind of rough on you. You gotta throw
Yeah,
it.
dude, you're doing good at it though.
I don't care. I like burn thaw.
Dude, I can't wait.
You know
I'm
what I mean?
psyched for his special. I think it is going to be great. I think it's kind of a bullshit move to give him the one shot special thing instead of a whole movie, or I do like that better than giving him a series because I really don't feel like dragging out. Because what they do with them is they go, "Hey, here's the bad guy. It's going to take 12 episodes to get the bad guy."
Exactly.
And I'm like, man, I really like the old days.
You know, the thing is that
you
if they gave the Punisher, like any of these people, any of the characters, you could give us a limited series 4-part every year,
right?
like Werewolf by Night,
Yeah,
and all
love
that and all that kind of stuff, and what we're about to get. I mean, the Last Kill or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't think that. I think that's just like a movie, right? Or is it going to be like
they're calling it a one shot.
Well, Disney is not going to just give it all to you in one dump. You know what I mean? It's going to be like a 4 or 5-part, 6-part limited series, and it may
I don't
not
know what
be.
they're gonna do.
But if we got like a 6-part series like every year,
Right.
you know what I mean? And they don't have to do it with the same character.
Right.
There's so many subplots and
Mm-hmm.
things and eras they could explore with all the Marvel characters and give us a little bit of what was going on here
Yeah,
and
yeah,
what's
yeah.
going on. They could have done that with fucking Shang-Chi.
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh,
know
for
what
sure.
I mean? Instead
Yes.
of letting them just lag for 5 years,
Dude,
6
yeah,
years
he's
at
just
this
mad.
point now.
Taking shitty Peacock shows.
Yeah.
Dude, stop it.
They could have look, the Shang-Chi fucking Wong buddy comedy in Hong Kong, dude. They
we
could have
both
gave us
want it.
look.
We both want it.
It could have happened 4 episodes.
But
You'd be like, hey, I'm still here. These guys
They-
are still here.
this thing though, because like I think about two things. First, you got take something like every action show when we were kids. Take a Knight Rider. It was a villain of the week, right?
Yeah.
A-team villain of the week every week, and you knew they were gonna win, right? And then they did this clever thing every now and then during your break between summer and winter, or I'm sorry, between spring and winter, fall and winter.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about. Right there at that winter break. So they would have a cliffhanger in November. And then come January, February when the show came back.
Yeah,
they
Walking
would-
Dead did
and
that
it was like,
for
oh, that's so
years.
cool. But that was neat because they did a mid-season cliffhanger. When shows started doing that end of the season cliffhanger, and they weren't always guaranteed to be picked up, it was a real problem because you got a lot of shows that were like, oh no, and then it was like, hey, we didn't get picked up, and now
Exactly.
we're stuck on a cliffhanger.
You know what I mean?
Now.
If they look, it's like, look, you got one more year, you got one more storyline.
Right. Wrap it up.
Yeah, from beginning to end, give us everything we need to know, just in case offhand
case.
that we don't come back.
Now, shows that did it right would take X-Files, right? It's got 9 seasons of the first original run.
Right.
and you go, hey, check this out. It's a monster villain of the week, but there's also this cool overlying bad guy theme, and we're going to kind of touch on that every episode or every other episode. And so every season, we will push that story a little further along, but mostly monster of the week. But we are going to kind of push this thing where, like, hey, there's this creepy Illuminati smoking guy that's doing bad stuff. And it's like, oh, this is
you
cool.
know, another show that did that well was Supernatural.
Phenomenally. Here's a villain every
like,
week.
Hey, here's a demon or a fucking shapeshifter.
Gotta kill him.
And somehow maybe they weave
Buffy.
in a little bit of, yeah, exactly. They weave in a little bit of the main thing where they're chasing the yellow-eyed demon, but they were kind of doing things.
Netflix, and I get that it's what everybody loved about it, but it's like, man, Daredevil season 1, 2, and 3 on Netflix, Punishers on Netflix, Jessica. It was like, hey, here's this bad guy. It's like, all right, cool. It's like, it's going to take 12 episodes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, could we not? Or how about this? It's getting to be like Inspector Gadget, where Inspector Gadget was always after that. I don't know, what was that? What was the villain's name?
Shit, man.
You know what I'm talking about, though?
Way back now, dog.
But it was like Inspector Gadget had one villain.
Right.
I don't know. He had the little cat. And
yeah.
That villain was like, he's the go-to villain every time. And it's like, okay, so that's the episode is him trying to stop Cobra, G.I. Joe and Cobra.
Yeah.
Right? He's trying to stop. And that's where it's getting out. It's like, hey, dude, we are now, this is the second season of the new run, right?
You know, I started watching Jessica Jones, and I started watching Jessica Jones again, right?
Yeah.
Because she was coming back in this new series.
Right.
And I'm like episode 8, and I'm like, man, I think we could wrap it up now.
Yep.
And then I realized that I have like 13. Well, it's 13 episodes. I'm like at 8, and I'm like, man, you didn't went after this guy a few times and missed. I think by the 10th episode,
Dr. Claw.
Yeah, you could wrap it up. Yeah.
So, yes, you could wrap it up.
Right.
Right. But we are now 5 seasons. Is this the 5th season of Daredevil? If you look at it.
Oh yeah, all together.
Okay. So 5 seasons he's been fighting Kingpin. Hey, dude, you could have killed him. I just watched that episode.
Right.
He was on the ground. You broke his jaw, clearly, right? Like, he's on the ground.
Well, they say that this season is the wrap up of the Wilson Fisk character.
Is it?
At least that's what what's going around.
I would love more Daredevil. I like Matt Murdock. I like Daredevil. I love the way they're doing.
Well, you just know that there's other people in the universe that you could bring in.
Can we fight somebody else?
Yeah, you can have a whole 13 episode, 10 episodes arc. As long as it's like, hey, we're establishing in the first one. We defeat them by the end, and then fucking if we're lucky enough to come back another year, hey, let's find somebody else.
And I love what you're saying, but can we just have him fight a bad guy each week? Is that so fucking wrong?
No, it's not.
Or can it happen sometimes? Could we have sometimes?
It's like the Supernatural way. It's like, hey, we're going to establish that this is the big baddie.
Right.
And we're trying to stop him. Right. But every week could be like, because he's not going to be by himself.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like Supernatural did. It's like, hey, we're looking for this guy, but on our way to fucking Kansas, we stop in fucking Iowa, and we notice that fucking people are missing.
Right.
And it looks funny. And so, boom, 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 we deal with the problem, and then we get back on the road to Kansas to go find this yellow-eyed motherfucker.
I just think of it like this. You didn't have to, other than the season, the new opening of the season, you didn't have a previously on Knight Rider, unless it would left you on a cliffhanger, and those were always the rare episodes. You were like, ooh, previously on Dukes of Hazzard, right?
Or they give you a preview of part 2.
That was yeah. But that was the shit for our parents. That was for Dynasty and Dallas and Hotel. Those shows were like previously on Dallas because they had to catch you up, right? But
previously
now it's like
on Falcon's Crest.
Previously on fucking Falcon's Crest, right? But what you could do is just be like, no, we don't have to worry about what happened last week because Daredevil was like, he fought a case and then a bad guy came in a superhero costume and he beat him, right? And then that was that, It was just an episode. It was like that cool episode of Stranger Things that I'm the only one who liked, that everybody else hated. I liked when fucking 11 went to the city, was hanging out with some goth kids and got all weird.
No, that was great.
I was like, hey, thanks. Because that was just a standalone episode of like, hey, look, here's a day in the life of 11.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, thanks for that, man.
hey, she needed to go out and find herself, so she went and found some,
Some eyeliner. Yeah.
number 10 or whatever.
Right.
She found hair gel, eyeliner, and an oversized blazer
Yeah.
to roll your
I've been
sleeves
there.
up. Yeah,
I just
you're-
never. I just
Yeah,
never.
you'll be there when you fucking go to work tonight.
100%. Yeah.
But it's all right. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
it's the thing.
It's just-
I like those episodes where and it seems like you could get more if you have. Now you don't want to overdo it and have too much shit going on, but it
Sure,
seems
man,
like
but-
you could have. It was like what was that show? Fucking with it. It wasn't True Detective. It was Bosch, right?
Okay, Bosch. Yeah.
Right. It was like, so he's trying to find out who murdered his mom.
Right.
But they also have all these other murders that are going on. And by the time you get to the final episode, they kind of tie up the side quests in like 8 and
Yes.
9. And then in 10, it's all focused on what the original goal was, and that was for Harry to find out
Yes.
who murdered his mother.
Yes.
Right? They could take that same formula with the hundreds of Marvel characters that they have access to.
Right.
And then they don't bore you.
Yep.
And then you feel like it's a chore when you're 8 episodes in. Like I feel now on my second watch of Jessica Jones. It's like,
Dude,
man, we can just
that
fucking get to it.
imaginary villain she was fighting for that whole season.
Yeah.
That's in her head. I forget. You know what I'm talking about. Wasn't he a Doctor Who or something? I forgot.
Oh, yeah. It was David Tennant, and he was
Yeah, yeah.
Kilgrave.
God, dude, stop. That shit drug out way too long. But hey, here's a perfect example of a show that did it right.
What's that?
Because it was on for, I don't know, fucking 13 years. Burn Notice. He had one goal,
Oh, yeah.
but guess what? Along the way,
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he had to pay rent.
right? He's
You know
like,
what I mean? He had to get
this
involved
is
in
the
something.
thing I do every day.
He's like, hey, I got all these super slick spy skills. Let me
One day
let
I'll
me
unburn
contract.
myself.
Yeah, let me
Right.
contract out and earn some scratch.
Right.
You know,
Here's my pretty girl.
maybe if I do a job for this guy, then I'll get a little piece of intel that I could use later. And then so it wasn't like there was a common goal, but it kept it going, and and that show was on for longer than I ever
I
thought
swear
it would
to
be
God,
on.
dude, that show wouldn't cancel.
Right?
And then they gave it a movie to wrap it up.
Yeah.
It's like, God bless, dude. You guys are just okay. And I'm in, by the way. I love every time. It's not like I watch it religiously, but it was on all the time, so I'd catch it all the time.
Old school deep cut Gabriella Anwar. Bro.
Gabriella Anwar.
God damn.
I know.
But
Right.
but no, that's a good example of
Because he had an overlying thing he had to solve.
you had the main story plot, but then in order to keep everything kind of moving and fresh and it doesn't get redundant, or
Right.
it's like, how many times can this motherfucker escape?
You know who did it wrong? Blind Spot.
Oh,
Blind
for
Spot was like, hey,
sure.
she's got all these tattoos. We're going to solve every tattoo every episode. You're like, cool, thanks. And they were like, hey, here's a secret underground society. It's like, okay. And they're like, hey, how about a time jump? Now it's 5 years later.
Yeah.
Hey, we found a black light. Turns out she's got a second layer. It's all,
Yeah.
you guys fucked up, huh?
Well, look.
That first season is so good, dude.
Yeah, but we've seen that before with other shows where the first is just a juggernaut.
It's
And
so
then-
good.
And then they get so much praise and acclaim, and they get picked up for a second season. And then the second one, like even in music, they used to call it the sophomore slump.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
And then the second season just kind of loses his momentum, and you're
In
just
third
like,
season, they're like, let's add a dog.
yeah, I'm out.
Let's add
You
a
know what I
cousin
mean?
Oliver for the Brady Bunch. It's like, why is there a new cousin? There's already 6 fucking kids.
Why do we need?
I don't
To
need
fucking
a
add more
7th
kids.
kid and a new dog. What the fuck? Get out
No.
of here. And they're like, well, no, you don't want that? It's like, no, right? Like, let's not.
Well, even now, I mean, as much as I like this season of Daredevil, I mean, it's obviously that there's some things that I feel
Yeah.
like they're dragging out.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a minor complaint overall
Minor
because I mean,
right.
I know we're only
they're
getting
doing
10
good.
episodes. We're only getting 10.
They are keeping the action up. I mean, that fight scene,
Yeah.
the multiple fight scenes that have happened were really good. Like, especially the one with him and Kingpin. I was really impressed with it.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I mean, we've seen them square off before, but then also too is like, I mean, and it also illustrates Karen's point.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how long are you just gonna keep? He's not gonna stop.
right.
You know what I mean? He's
Hey,
not gonna quit doing what
She
he's
said
doing.
what I've thought since season 1.
Yeah.
This thing where you protect your enemies more than your friends is weird.
Yeah.
It's not normal. She's right. You know what I mean? Like, I get you're trying to do the right thing, but like, stop saving the bad guy.
Yeah.
Because you keep losing the people you care about, or fucking their lives up.
Look, and I know now one can argue that the fact that he, changed his mind about Bullseye, and then Bullseye was able to go help out the governor when Fisk's and a hitman
But
over
that
there.
guy's clearly just like, he's clearly just bipolar. Like, he
For
suffers
sure.
with a severe like.
It's like, hey, look, I'm gonna let you live, but you gotta, you can't kill good people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you look underneath your moral confusion is that this underlying need to murder.
Right. Yeah. This underlying need to murder.
I mean, it's like Dexter.
It's like
hey, it's like we can't keep you from murdering, but let's make sure that you're knocking off like real pieces of shit instead of some poor bastard
Yeah.
bringing his grocery cart out. And that person you let live.
This Two-Face mentality. Remember how Two-Face always had to have two sides of the coin? Because he needed the scales of justice to be balanced. And that's where Bullseye keeps saying. He's like, no, there's balance. I get it, Darth Vader, but chill out, right? Fucking stop murdering, But then not, because you're the bad guy. So then don't become the good guy.
Right. I mean, you can't change who he is.
Right.
But just point him in some direction.
Point him in the,
I mean, it's kind of like in the same vein as Castle.
Right.
Frank Castle. It's like he's not going to be able to satiate this void that he has about his ever.
Right.
So it's like, hey, look, he basically always tells Daredevil the same thing. He's like, look, this is how I deal with this.
Right.
I'm not killing normal people. I'm killing fucking gang and crime bosses and gang members who've done horrible shit.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be like a moral struggle with that.
Shouldn't be a moral struggle. And for the record, Thomas Jane had the most reason to go all revenge.
For sure.
Because, like, I get it, man. It sucks to lose. Like, I don't want to lose the three people closest to me. But, hey, when you go, hey, check it out, you're going to lose everybody you've ever known ever. It's like, well, I know, but at least I got my wife's family. No, I'm going to take them out, too. It's like, well, at least I have my extended family. No, I'm taking them out, too. It's like, wait, who do I have left? It's like, no. All 78 people that you're related to on your mom's side, your dad's side, your wife's mom's side, and your wife's dad's side, guess what? All murdered. It was like, well, what about all the 13 kids that are murdered?
People.
That was crazy.
Before Frank Castle, there was Dolph Lundgren, and that's
sure
that lives in its own singular universe.
It certainly does. Yeah.
Right, and then you had Thomas Jane, and you had Ray Winston or Ray Stevenson, right?
Yeah.
And the Thomas Jane one, dude.
Right.
If I had to choose between the both, I kind of like the Jane one more, even though Travolta almost fucks it up.
He almost, but.
And then they had Rebecca Romaine, and those fucking Ben. That guy had all the piercings.
Oh yeah. I love that guy, Ben Foster.
Yeah. He went on to become pretty big, right?
Yeah.
And so
Travolta's hot wife, I forget her name, but yeah.
Oh yeah, she was one of Lynch's.
Yeah, you're damn right she was.
Yeah, she was the one that was
one of his muses.
Yeah, up in Mulholland Drive with her hands in her pants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Great.
Great movie.
Mean? Super sexy.
Right.
I kind of prefer that one.
Right.
Over the
me
Warzone
too. That
guy.
Warzone one was tough for me.
Yeah.
I didn't like that neck brace he was wearing. That pissed me off.
No.
It's stupid looking.
But yeah, look, I mean,
Mission Impossible spin. Get the fuck out of here.
But I'm saying to wrap up.
Yes.
If there's only one complaint, is kind of like, hey, all right, man, we're kind of starting to run in place here. We need to like keep moving forward. And I know that we're like a couple episodes away from the season finale. So I mean, look, the only way, I just hope that over these next two that it just goes up to 11.
Right.
You know what I mean? And give us a really good.
Yeah.
Because everybody's saying that there's going to be somebody to show up, whether it's going to be Iron Fist or Luke Cage, or
if Riri shows up with her non-acting skills.
No, she's not showing up.
Dude, I'm out.
But a lot of people are saying that like Spider-Man, Holland's not showing up. Go ahead and get that out of your mind.
Yeah. Well, what about didn't Borat? Didn't he some villain?
Yeah, he plays the devil.
Yeah, can't we bring him in for something?
Yeah.
Where's he at?
Well, see, he didn't mix in the Daredevil
You know, isn't she in New York? I don't know where she.
Hey, look,
at.
we're already talking. We already have a blind lawyer who's like a expert fucking kung fu artist, right?
Yeah.
We're already pushing the levels.
Pushing all.
We can't bring the devil in. You know what I mean? That's the part of Mephisto being shown up in Ironheart. Ironheart was kind of like a straightforward,
Right.
but Doctor Strange brought magic in, so
It's
it's not
this son of a bitch.
It's not off the table in any show
No.
because they know in canon magic
Right.
exists in the MCU.
Yeah, that's the deal. I just bring back Daisy. What's her name? From Agents of Steel. I'm sorry, Agents of Shield.
Agents of Shield.
Bring her back.
Are you talking about Quake?
Yeah, bring her back. I
thought
need to see her.
Look, I thought you would see all these things now that people want are saying that we're not going to see any of these people until Secret Wars,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
We're not even going to see them in Doomsday.
Right.
Doomsday is like a direct sequel to Endgame, right?
Hey,
At least that's what
I'm
they've
sorry,
been saying.
You mean your new re-edited Endgame with new footage?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Cartoon Jabba.
I might even if they re-release it in the theaters,
It's coming to the theaters with new footage.
I will pay money to go.
And they're gonna change the narrative because they need to fit it in. So whatever you saw and thought you believed about the first
This is
original,
totally a retcon. But okay,
it's frustrating, right?
fucking hold your horses on that. They're not changing the entire
We don't know what they're changing.
show.
You don't know what they're
It's
doing.
additional footage.
What? Hey,
This is not Lucas going in and adding all this
You don't
shit
know
to
that?
fucking Star Wars.
you don't know that? Neither one of us know
This
that.
is all going to be post-credit shit.
No,
or
dude, I
ending
bet it's
shit.
going to be in the middle of the movie. I bet they're going to be like, hey, and then they'll like flip around to the other side of the elevator and somebody else is walking down the floor and they'll be like, oh, hey, turns out Chris Evans didn't go back in time or some horse shit like that. Or there's two of them and then they play the fucking Back to the Future theme because now they've got two Chris Evans at the same time. Gonna
First
go
of
back
all-
in time.
First of all, that would be devastating. I would be devastated.
I'm just saying, dude.
Devastated.
Hey, but Miles Teller shows up as Reed Richards.
Nobody wants that.
All right, fucking Michael B.
Nobody
Jordan's got
wants
a
that
new
at all.
role, but he's fucking Johnny Storm, fighting Johnny Storm. And now there's 3 Johnny Storms because you got Chris Evans, Johnny Storm.
Well,
Fucking
I mean, look,
new guy. What's his name?
they just,
Jacob
I mean,
Elordi. I don't know
you
his
have
name.
you have fucking No Way Home
Right.
on the screen now.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only do that. I think you can only do that with Holland, Garfield, and McGuire.
Yeah.
You can't do that with other Johnny Storms, right?
They're about to do it. That's what's going to happen.
What
You're
they
gonna
did
have 3
in what they
Storms.
did Deadpool Wolverine
Was hilarious.
hilarious, right? But they
Yeah.
can't just do that with just any character.
Bring 2 Electras. I'm telling you, they're going to do something weird. Or it's going to be the same because they'll be like, no, it's 2 Tony Starks and 2 different Captain Americas.
I don't know. I mean,
We'll see.
We're 2 years. We're a year and a half away from
Yeah, when is
Secret Wars.
When's Doomsday?
Doomsday is this year,
Christmas?
like in
Like
December.
Harry Potter time?
Yeah.
Okay. I always
Right?
call it Harry Potter time because December was always for Harry Potter.
Yeah, they
movies.
always. So I mean, we have what we're 7 months away from Doomsday to see how.
Yeah.
And then of course, they're gonna re-release Endgame with additional content, because they want to. Look. I've said this on all other podcasts whenever we talk about Marvel. This is a fucking big swing. This is bottom of the ninth. Bases loaded. Down by fucking 3 runs.
It's a dicey swing.
You know what I mean?
It's a real dangerous swing.
Because if they fucking screw the pooch, then what happens with Secret Wars?
You got lucky that Wonder Man was cool. You got lucky that Daredevil's working. Only I heard Daredevil's not. Did you hear it's doing bad?
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I read that it's dropped 50%.
Well, again, I mean, they're kind of like,
But-
it's like they're starting to stretch, right?
Yeah.
And when you look, sometimes the storyline is specific for less episodes.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like you can't we can't do 24. And they really, and it's really, it's like, they really need. That's why I thought maybe it wouldn't have been so bad had they brought Jessica. If they were going to bring people in, they needed to start filtering in like episode 4.
Right. Yeah. You establish a show, episode 1 and 2.
Right.
3, you give them a debacle in action. And then 4, you go, okay, now we start playing.
It's like my big, when I used to lose my temper about Game of Thrones the last season, is like they had an entire episode where everybody was kind of showing up and
Yeah.
they were assembling the Game of Thrones Avengers. You know what I mean? They could have knocked that all out in like the second episode.
Yep.
And then, I mean, even if I, and then I need to say something. I rewatched season 8, and on a rewatch, I figure, had they have given Cersei and Jaime a horrible deaths,
yeah,
I think I'd have been okay with the rest of the show. I think
Okay.
that one instance is what really kind of took me out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because of all the crazy and horrible shit that she did, on the show, and then not to be, get like she didn't get her comeuppance like I wanted.
Right.
And I think that's what ruined it. And
I
then
get it.
when that happened, then I just started really kind of like overthinking every other aspect of that season.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, if they'd have corrected that one thing, I probably would have been like, it's the greatest ever.
Yeah, yeah.
Watching her get burned alive by a dragon
Yeah, yeah.
would have worked.
Right. All right.
Well, let's hope that, I mean, I didn't know that they were doing bad.
I don't know. That's what the internet said today. I looked in and it said Daredevil's viership down 50%. And I was like, well,
I mean, I could see.
I'm loving it personally.
I am loving it, but I'm also like,
speed it up.
yeah, exactly.
Hey, also, if you're meant to kill Fisk, kill him. Right? I don't need this back. How many episodes do I have to watch you two fight?
Again, that's what I'm saying. Just let's go.
Now, I also love this thing. There's a thing I love. I learned it a long time ago. Beckett was a movie that happened when we were kids. Oh, I'm sorry, it happened in like the 60s or something. But anyway, in the movie, the good guy and the bad guy, they go and they walk out from their two giant armies and they have a conversation, right?
Right.
And then they agree what they're going to do next. Because in my world, right, a really good hero-villain story comes from either there's originally a love for each other or a respect for each other.
Right.
To where it's like, no, Batman and Joker should be able to sit down and have this conversation before that something horrible happens. I think that's the coolest, most Shakespearean moment ever in the world, right? Well, these two fucks keep doing it.
It's like Pacino and De Niro in Heat.
100%.
Where they meet at the
exactly
cafe.
like that.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like, hey, we're on neutral ground.
And so now, though, I'm like, hey, man, Daredevil pretty much just pops into Kingpin house all the time. It's like, hey, what up, dude? I'm still mad at you. And he's like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know. And he's like, but I don't. And it's like,
well, he tells him, he's
okay.
like, you want to kill me, but you won't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You can. You could right now. Hey,
but
man.
You can't.
You just, you fucking
and
nunchucked my
maybe,
head.
and I don't know, because I just found out that there was some pushback about it, but I get it. It's like, hey, man, he's not going to stop being fucking. It's like either you got to change or just accept that he's going to keep doing what he's doing and just fucking don't. It's like everything counts or nothing counts, right?
Yeah.
It's like you can't do both. You can't be, ain't no half stepping.
Right.
To quote the great Big Daddy Kane. You know what 100%. I mean? You can't be half a gangster. It's either like, Fisk is not going to stop be half a gangster. He tried it, didn't work out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and now his conscience is murdered.
Yeah.
So he's got no reason. He's got no holds barred.
And the only,
he's got unbridled power.
And, look, the only thing that does give me interesting is when him and Karen Page, are talking and when he visited her in jail.
Yeah.
She's like, I've never seen you scared.
Right.
Right? Because you know that you're losing a grip.
Yeah.
Because you can't keep hiding all this over.
Hey, speaking of grip, how about the doctor when she's choking what's his name, Buck?
Yeah.
You remember that scene? It was a wild scene.
It did it for me. I'm just saying.
It was a wild scene. It did it for her and him. And he was like, feel better. I was like, that got weird.
Yeah.
Real quick.
I felt better.
Real weird. Yeah.
I liked it real quick.
It was a really weird
I'm not
twist,
saying,
man.
hey, look, I'm not saying that strangling.
What the fuck just happened?
I'm not saying strangling is my thing, but I'm not saying it's not.
It's not.
It's not my thing. I guess it's a case-by-case basis of whether I'm
like,
hey,
a wacky turn, though, in the show, dude.
Phone.
It was like, I didn't know you two were.
Yeah, she's stealing, choking people. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, hey, man.
Yeah. Whatever her sub-story is getting real crazy.
And two, also in the thing where
you beat the shit out of Karen.
Yeah,
that was
just
crazy
fucking
too.
Pimp slapping Karen like 5 or 6 times,
and then Karen's just laughing because now Karen's into it. I'm like, this show got real freaky real quick.
Yeah, well, I mean, Karen's, she's in lockup, man. She's just trying to fucking make do and try to find something to hold on to because it's not looking good for KP. You know what I mean?
All right,
But,
folks.
Yeah,
We appreciate you.
Thanks for listening. Let me get this outro queued up.
Got to cue it up. Got to get that.
All right.
Glad to be back. Sorry for the break, folks.
John survived
I survived Vegas.
Las Vegas.
The sick new world.
Made it back safe. It was kind of boring last week, but now we're back in effect, and we got. Hey man, summer's gonna be loaded.
Loaded.
Spider-Man is coming out. There's some other big shit coming out in the summertime.
A lot of good stuff coming. Can't wait for He-Man. That's gonna be good.
Oh yeah. Even though that people, hey, look, the first He-Man didn't. I think it's gonna be all right. We'll talk to you later, folks.